Probably the most significant change we see amongst our kind of broader customer base is around networking. The networking implications of this new way of running infrastructure are pretty profound. And the simplest way to articulate it is to say that we're going from a very host-based way of doing networking. I have a phone and it has a physical location, and therefore I can assign an IP address to it. And I have another phone, it has a physical location, I can assign an IP address to it, and then I can dictate that they can talk to each other. Conceptually, holds true when I talk about servers. I have a server, component in a server, but they have IP addresses as the basis of connectivity. So it's really quote unquote host-based connectivity. Based on the location of the host, I can then determine who can talk to whom. Well, in the cloud world, I actually no longer control the location of those services because someone else is controlling them for me. Number two, a lot of those services are actually very ephemeral in their orientation. They may get spun up when I have a lot of traffic on my application and then spun down when they don't. What that means practically is that I may have 100,000 containers that spin up at noon on a Friday and then goes down to zero at midnight. On Monday when I spin them up again, they have different IP addresses. So how exactly am I going to declare who can talk to whom? So we move to this world of service-based networking, which is the declaration of, rather than an IP address being the basis for who can talk to whom, we use the service name as the basis for who can talk to whom. So I can say, application A can talk to database A. Web server A can talk to database B. And I think that's the difference, is it just shifts the problem set around how to think about the problem. And there's really no direct parallel to the way we do networking today, because you're basically saying, let's assume that things are going to come and go, things are going to be ephemeral, and any hope to try and create sort of network segments around application components is essentially impossible. And so let's just move to using the name of the service as the basis for who can talk to whom. And let's enforce things like TLS and encryption between those services. So in a sense, they could be running on the open internet and it wouldn't matter, because the idea of having to create closed networks is just, in some sense, impossible in the cloud model.